Hello, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Miki, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. So today I'm going to be reacting to a live vocal battle of clips of Miley Cyrus and Ofra Haza. And this is a video that was made by one of my viewers, Eurech. I've done a bunch of videos on Ofra Haza on my channel before. Eurech is obviously a really big fan of Ofra, as am I. And I want to say very clearly at the beginning of this video that the purpose of this is not to pit one of these singers against the other or to say that one is better than the other. I'm going to be saying my opinion about their technical abilities, but obviously musical taste is really subjective. So this is just my opinion and you don't have to agree with me. And if you favor one singer over the other, you're welcome to say that in the comments, but please try to be respectful. So let's dive right in. I haven't heard any of these clips before and I'm very excited to watch this video with you. Okay, so obviously that is a clip of Miley to start us off, and she's belting very powerfully with her chest voice. I do like the power in her voice. I think that it's a little bit on the heavier side, meaning that she's placing her resonance really low in her body. She's pulling a little bit with her chest voice. And so it has a little bit of that like very forceful kind of hammer effect, but I do like it. It's obviously very strong and powerful. And there is a certain brightness to her voice as well. So a certain nasality to it. She tips her sound forward into her mask and she's really accessing that nasopharyngeal twang. So it does sound a little bit countrified, but I really like her voice. And I think she has a really cool way of singing. There's definitely like a very strong character to her voice that's immediately recognizable. Okay, so that was Ofra, and I feel like her belt, she's using a very strong belt as well, a nice chest voice belt here. But her tone is much more relaxed sounding and more balanced. So she's singing that Jerusalem, Jerusalem. And you can see that she has very good technique. She's keeping her resonant space very nice and open rather than having that brightness and tilting that sound forward and really reaching with her chest voice and straining almost and having more of that just like hammer kind of sound, you know, but both very beautiful examples of a nice chest voice belt. I would say that Ofra's sounds like it has better technique and it's a little bit more balanced and resonant and healthy.
Got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness.
That is Miley singing Summertime Sadness, the Lana Del Rey song. And that actually sounded more balanced and healthy. And I really liked the way that she clipped those staccato notes, right? Summertime sadness. But even on this, you can really hear that twang and how she's got that really distinctive flavor to her voice. Very different style of singing that was Ofra there, and that was a much more open, light head voice kind of sound, very nice and breathy with a lot of air in it. So very different from that belty sound that we heard earlier, and just showing off her ability to sing in all of these different registers and with all these different tonal qualities. Very pretty.
You say you belong to me and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together.
hear that distinctive twang, right? That I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. She's really tipping that forward, and it has a lot of twang in it. But I really like her voice. I think it's really, really cool and unique, and you could hear her and immediately know that it's Miley. And I think that's really important for a singer to have a really distinctive flavor to their voice. Example of just how relaxed Ofra sounds when she sings. She really makes everything sound very, very effortless, and that's the mark of somebody who has really good technique. You really never hear her straining. It's kind of hard to compare these two singers because they do sound so different and they sing such completely different styles of music, but it's interesting to compare and contrast people with such different voices. You know, when you hear Miley singing, it's so, so different. That like pop, almost country twang and brightness to her voice compared to this really more classical sounding, very well trained, very balanced voice.
And I'm feeling kind of homesick, too much pressure, I'm nervous. That's when the DJ drops my favorite tune, and a Britney song will on, and a Britney song will on, and a Britney song will on. So I put my hands up, play my song, the butterflies fly away. I'm nodding my head like yeah, I'm moving my hips like yeah. Put my hands up, play my song, you're gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Yeah, it's a party in the USA.
Okay, so that I think was a really, really nice example of how well controlled Miley is. And that was a live performance. It looked like it was in Times Square, and I think singing in that environment, it's notoriously hard to really stay on pitch and to belt and, you know, really not go out. And obviously she has in-ear monitors and she has all the best technology, but still singing under those conditions is very, very difficult. I can tell you from experience that singing in those large open air venues, it's really, really hard to hear yourself, and it kind of really works against you as a singer. And the fact that she was, for the most part, able to really sing on pitch and belt those really high notes is pretty impressive. So I thought she did a great job. There was one note that was a little pitchy in the beginning, but everything else she nailed, and those were some really, really high notes. And she was moving around and just not in the most singer-friendly environment, and still sang really, really well.
Listen to the voice that plays in your head. Make the right choice. Tell me why, Abinaya. Tell me why you're right.
So this is a beautiful example of just the blend of genres that Ofra was capable of doing. This is something that sounds so true to her culture, you know, and it also has a certain pop sensibility to it. So being able to combine both of those things so seamlessly and really marry those two sounds and make it sound really, really effective and beautiful is very impressive. And I think it's in things like this where she's really showing her heritage and singing in that really traditional Yemenite way and mixing that in with pop that she really shines. And I love all of her melismas and the control that she has. And she sounds really, really effortless on this one as well.
Listening, 100 years. 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 100
again, you can really hear Miley's twang on this acoustic unplugged song. But she does a beautiful job. You know, whenever I see things like this, I just wish that she was the one that was like playing the piano or like playing the guitar, because I just think that that would be like so nice to just have her on the stage and hear her singing and just her with an instrument. But really, really nice. Very, very beautiful control of her voice.
As I look back on yesteryear, a picture's coming clear. As I look back on yesteryear, a picture's coming clear. I see my father work a field, my mother holds me near. I see my father work the field, my mother holds me near. I traveled far, but now I'm here to sing for you my tears. I traveled far, but now I'm here to sing for you my tears.
So obviously beautiful, beautiful pitch, and she's just so spot on when she's doing these like really not obvious melodies that are fitting against the chordal structure in a really interesting way. So it's not like this like traditional pop song where it's like very, very obvious what you're supposed to be singing, you know? So she's managing to like maintain these beautiful melodies in almost counterpoint to the chords that are being played underneath, and she has incredible control over her pitch.
Ready to go home. Can I get a hell no? Cause we gonna go all night till we see the sunlight. Alright, so la da dee da dee. We like to party, dancing with Molly, doing whatever we want. This is our house, this is our rules.
So very, very nice. You know, I think she sounds great. It's kind of a funny clip because the lyrics are a little bit absurd, you know, like la-di-da-di, like dancing on Molly or whatever they are, but she's singing it in like this very serious way. So it's an interesting counterpoint to see someone who's like singing so seriously and like so dramatically, and the words are a little bit silly. She sounds beautiful, and she's really doing a nice job singing the songs, and those are not easy melodies where she's like skipping around. So I think she's doing a really, really great job of delivering that song.
ושבעה ימים אביב בשנה וסגריר וגשמים כל היתר אך שבעה ימים הורדים פורחים ושבעה ימים הטללים זורחים ושבעה ימים חלונות פתוחים.
So very, very smooth again, and just easy, very nice display of technique, beautiful singing.
Going back to the start.
Nice control with those ornaments, not easy to hit those notes. Still a little bit more strident than I would like. I would love a little bit more finesse on those high notes. It's a little bit hard for me, but I love that she's able to do those really nice ornaments. It takes a lot of vocal agility.
Today I pray for another day. Today I pray for a day of love. No another war, no another war like yesterday.
It's a very nice example of how Ofra's able to get a lot of power, but you never really hear her pushing or straining or reaching with her chest voice. You know, it just seems very, very easy and balanced.
If the people are buying tears, then we'll be rich someday, Ma. Look what they've done to my song. Look what they've done to my soul, Ma. Look what they've done to my soul.
Twang very much much on display. That very, very strong strident belt, very, very on display. Very, very typical of her sound.
אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב שלא עבדה אותה תקווה, עובר מזמור, מדור לדור, כמעיין מאז ועד עולם. אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב שלא עבדה אותה תקווה.
Very, very beautiful. That was her Eurovision performance, High. And you can just hear how she really rises to the occasion, and even under all of that pressure, she has such good technique and her voice just sounds so balanced and in control, you know? It always seems so, so easy for her. It's really, really nice. Recording was a little bit lower quality. It was a little bit hard to hear her. There was a lot going on, but it sounded nice. Like she was emoting a lot with her voice and yet still staying in pitch, you know, like you could hear that she was singing in an emotional way. So it was nice. Another very difficult melody there, you know, it keeps on kind of changing key and her pitch is just excellent, and the way that she goes for those high notes, she's very, very open and balanced, very pretty.
And I say softly, slowly.
Very, very short clip there. She was singing with Elton John. And she just has that very distinctive twang to her tone. It's really, really nice. That's Miley. That's her voice. You know it the second you hear it. Sustained notes there from Ofra. Very nice. What an outfit. She's like a pink Elvis, but very, very nice performance. She sounds more balanced there when she's belting those notes. Some very, very nice melismatic stuff there. Very, very pretty. Lots of vocal control. Very short clip. I like the urgency in her voice there. You know how she's really like pressing into that and has a lot of compression on her voice. It just gives it this like very, very emotional quality that I like about her.
Nobody knows who will pay, who will stay another day. Everyone knows when they pay, they will stay another day.
So I wonder like what her vocal warm-up routine was like, because her voice always sounds so clear, you know, like she never sounds like she like has like phlegm or like grit or anything. Her voice is always so pure and clear, and she just, I think, was just blessed with that instrument. But I'm curious to know like what her routine was like to maintain that voice.
The going gets rough. Yeah, come back, come back.
another very, very short clip of Miley there. I can't tell if she's wearing a t-shirt with herself on it or with Madonna on it. But yeah, she sounds good.
אז נשתוק ביחד את המילים, בהן אותי אהבת כל הימים. אז נשתוק ביחד את המילים.
Very short clip of Ofra there. I mean, it's hard for me to judge these very, very short clips. She sounds good. She sounds very much like herself. The shoulder pads are ridiculous. This is definitely from the 80s. She's got shoulders like a linebacker in this video, and the feathered hair is awesome, but it's a nice little time capsule from the past.
I feel it all around the night. Days that I wanna try.
I don't even know what that is. There was a dancing horse. But nice strong belt from Miley there. Some very, very nice melismatic singing from Ofra there.
Now I'm towing my car. There's a hole in the roof. My position's a cause of my suspicion, but there's no proof. And in the paper today, it tells of war and of waste, but you turn right over to the TV page.
So I really, really like low voices on the ladies. As you guys probably know from watching my channel, I think that was gorgeous. I love hearing that low part of Miley's voice.
ولادي يا ولاد حبك تبوست قلبي يا ولادي يا ولاد حبك تبوست قلبي كل ليلة وانا بابي بيتك مراعي كل ليلة وانا بابي بيتك مراعي.
Very cool. Ofra drumming on what looks like a metal garbage can, but it's probably some kind of traditional drum. But that's cool. See, that's what I want from Miley. I want her to like sit down and play an instrument too, because it's just so cool when somebody can do that and sing so beautifully, but also accompany themselves. And I really appreciated her playing drums on that. And she's got a very fashionable hat in that clip as well. So there you have it. Those were a lot of clips. I hope it wasn't too fast for you all to follow. I think it's interesting to hear both of their voices side by side. They are so, so different. So it's really hard to compare them. But I think they're both really distinctive and they have a lot of really nice techniques and qualities to their voice. I think I would be able to pick out Miley's voice from a lineup. You know, she has a really, really distinctive voice, and the same is obviously true for Ofra. She's got such an angelic and clear voice. So two beautiful voices, very different, definitely no shade on either of them. I really like both of their voices, and I'm curious to know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here next week for another singing video. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and happy singing.